Week
All
up
right. Hey,
season.
Steven.
Amazing. Okay, here we go. Oh, cheers.
Okay, cheers. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, honey.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so welcome everyone to episode 3 of Her Story Redefined, here with Never Alone Candles. We're joined today by Shelly, the owner, CEO, boss babe from Style Society Boutique in Costa Mesa. So thank you for coming on and doing this with me.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I know. Okay. So I'm going to dive in right away with
Let's
my
do it.
questions, and let's do it, and let's share everybody your story.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just go for everybody who Style Society is. Style Society Boutique opened its doors April 1st, 2016 in Costa Mesa, California. The owner, Shelly, describes the shop style as LA Edge meets OCEs. I swear I've only had one sip of wine. When you walk into Style Society, it's as if you are shopping in your best friend's closet. I can attest to that. The goal for Shelly is to curate unique fashion-forward pieces at a great price point. So again, welcome, my friend Shelly. So listen, some of these questions I'm going to ask you, I don't even know the answers to, even though we're friends. So I'm really excited. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
So number one, did you always know that you wanted to be a boutique owner?
Not a boutique owner. So I was always interested in the world of fashion. Like I was just everything about it I loved. So I didn't know I wanted to be a boutique owner until really later on. So I originally thought I wanted to be a buyer, right? My dream was like, I want to be a buyer for somewhere big like Nordstrom, because it's like I grew up going to Nordstrom. That was like, I loved shopping there. So in college is where I felt like I really found myself and what I wanted. So, I worked in retail. I did all these internships, and like I did a wholesale internship. I actually did an internship with Nordstrom. I did an internship with a stylist. Like I really tried to dip my feet into all these different things. And it was actually when I did this, like I said, I did this really great internship with Nordstrom. I ended up figuring out like, okay, I don't just want to be a buyer. Like I want to just curate this whole fashion moment on my own. And that's when I figured, okay, I've done bigger corporate. Like I think now I want to do boutique style. So that's kind of what really got me going into wanting to have a boutique. So
Okay.
it was, yeah.
So from a buyer to just starting to I want to
kind
curate.
of do the whole experience. And for me, it was really like having that one-on-one connection with people is what I just loved about it, about like just having that connection with people. And I feel like, of course you could do that, working at these bigger stores, but like having that boutique connection is just, it's so cool and it's so different. And so that's something that I wanted to essentially curate on my own. So,
yeah. So last year you went from a very small space into a beautiful, large space, right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about how that was like, moving from a small space to now this amazing, and people, you got to go and see her space. It's amazing. It's beautiful. What's that like to do right in the middle, right in the middle of all of it?
Oh gosh. Honestly, like if you would have asked me in the beginning of 2020, like you're going to be moving, I'd be like, wait, where? Hold on. What do you mean? Like talk about like 2020 throwing all of us a curveball, but me like big time. Like I literally didn't even think that this was going to be something that was ever happening, but it was the most challenging thing that I've ever gone through, in the sense of, okay, moving just even in general is hard, as we know, but like really securing a new location when everything is shut down. Like I'm telling you, I would call places, people wouldn't get back to you, or like everything was so back ordered. So there's just so many things that were so insanely stressful that like it was so challenging, really. But at the end of it, like once I finally opened my doors, I'm like, okay, this was the biggest blessing
Yeah.
in disguise to have this larger space. So it was hard. It was hard only because, like I said, things were super shut down. But like I said, it was truly a rewarding experience. And now that I've been in my new location, it's been really great. So
Yeah, and you had the added, okay, so the pandemic was one added stress. Moving in general is just stressful
horrible.
as it is. And then you add the other factor of, just the manufacturing side where, your suppliers in every industry was, backlogged on everything. So getting all
Yeah.
the goods and everything ready for your launch and relaunch and ready to reopen this massive place now. In comparison to where you were, by the way, because the store is 4 times
It's
bigger
four times the size. So
yeah.
I definitely needed more things as far as
yeah,
displays
inventory.
and clothes. Totally. So
exactly.
it was super hard because, like everything was so backward, and it's no one's fault. It's just, this is what was happening. Or even like I would order, the mirror for my fitting room still hasn't come in. You know what I'm saying? And
a year later.
and so I was like, I'm taking the one for my apartment. This is what we're doing. So it's like a lot of compromise. I'm like,
yeah, a lot of compromise. And that's
talk
really
about like no manual. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna literally roll with it. And every day was like a different. And I mean, I went to IKEA like 17 times. So that could be a whole topic in itself on IKEA during the pandemic. So
right, and like everything was sold out. Like if you wanted a chair, it was sold out.
Everything was so sold out, and
Yeah.
it's like I couldn't open. Like it was so much of a bigger space to where there was. Yes, was it perfect or exactly what I wanted? Of course I had to build, but like I need a mirror. Like,
Yeah.
or like I needed like, even my sign above the shop, like which a lot of people don't know this, it was installed like 12 hours before my grand opening. Like I didn't even know if I was going to have a sign. I'm like, whatever, here's the address, roll through at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to open, this is what it is. So it was, like I said, super just rolling with it every day.
You make such a really important point here is the fact that you did this during, a pandemic, and there is no manual, right? And you just no manual, and you just did it. And so, I mean, that's amazing, right? Because a lot of times we're hit with things in our life, and we just don't know, what to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So since the day I met you in 2018, I think it was like fall of 2018, you've been so supportive in uplifting women's small business, and I want to know, where does that come from?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I feel like I've always wanted, like, if ever a friend of mine had an idea, I've always wanted to like support it or be like, ooh, tell me more. Like, and for me, I just feel like I'm the type of person where like I would rather support my friends than a celebrity. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, celebrities, yeah, they come out with cool stuff sometimes, but it's like I'd much rather like, like I said, support a friend essentially. And so for me, now that I have a platform being my boutique to be able to give people that opportunity, I'm kind of like, why not? Like, like I said, I'd rather support my friends and see my friends be successful. Like celebrities have all the money in the world. Like we're good. Like we should be helping each other and building each other up. So I feel like it just comes from like me having the opportunity to help people. So I'm kind of like, yeah, why not? Like I want my store to be full of products of people I know. It's cool. It's inspiring. And I love to be able to say, oh yeah, like that's my friend's brand. Yeah. And like be excited about it.
Be excited. And it's all this, and I, for everyone who's watching, like my candles are at her store. She's my first boutique and I called her one day and I said, hey, I'm doing these candles. She didn't really know. And can I come pitch them to you? And so I did. I went to go pitch them to Shelly, and, she placed her first order. And, I was very proud of that moment, not only because she, did my first wholesale order, but she was willing to take me on as a newbie. And, thankfully they have been very successful and we've had many reorders, but that's what it took. It took for someone like you to say yes, right? It always takes that one first yes to really uplift that person's business. So, I'm so grateful to you, but I know that you're not like just that just with me. You're like that with a lot of small businesses. And so, and not everybody is like you. So I really wanted to make sure that everybody knew why you do this, because you're really uplifting a lot of small brands in your store. So
Yeah, and like I said, my goal really for this year is like I want like over half of my shop to be stores. Like I last one I counted, I believe I'm at like around 18 small businesses, and I want to keep that going. And I guess for me to be able to have a platform, I figure like why not? Let's do it.
yeah, and it
So
makes you different. It makes you
yeah,
one of the more unique boutiques in Southern California, because you are bringing on new brands, and really when you see them succeed, it only makes your store more successful, because then you're known for that as well, right?
totally, absolutely.
So I love that. Okay, so I think we kind of touched in the topic. I was going to ask you, like, in your opinion, and why is it so important to collaborate with other small businesses that are owned by women? But again, I think that's you pretty much answered the fact that you love just supporting your local businesses, your friends, but in terms of collaboration, not only do sometimes you pick up certain brands, but you also like to collaborate with other businesses in the area.
Totally. And I think with that, it's a combination of I like doing things differently, So for example, we can go back to like our amazing event that we did on Sunday, how, collaborated with you, collaborated with Hadley and Ren. Like we were able to create something so cool and special. And I feel like there's power in numbers. And we were all able to do something and pull all of our people together to do something really cool. And I think it's a combination of, supporting people who aren't necessarily in your industry, but then also like we can all really help each other and utilize each other's contacts. And, I think that that's something that people maybe don't, or they skip over,
It's gatekeeping. It's really gatekeeping, right?
Yeah.
Where to gatekeep certain secrets of the industry or of other industries. I mean, nobody wins in that, right? Nobody wins in the
Mm-hmm.
monopoly of a certain industry.
Right.
It's we're so unique in each of our own ways that we bring in different things. So what is the
Mm-hmm.
point of gatekeeping? I mean, my story is different from another candle vendor story. Your boutique is very different to another boutique, because it's you, right? It's you. So
Totally.
and
Totally.
our event, for those we did a roses with rose event on Sunday. It was super successful. It was a floral workshop, but we also drank lots of rose,
Sure did. We
where
sure
we
did.
created dry floral, beautiful arrangements, instructed by Cynthia from Hadley and Wren. And then everyone went home with not only their floral arrangement, but they also went home with a confident candle. And so they can either give away to their mom for Mother's Day, or just, but in that space, I felt like we made so many connections. I made connections with customers of yours that
Yes.
may have not tried my candle, or I got to meet one that did buy another candle. So I got to meet that person and connect to someone that might be a big possibility for me to pitch as well. So that part is just amazing, where how you're now in this space, by the way, that you get to do these things.
Yeah, and I feel like actually Sunday I had a moment where I just felt so happy that I was able to host something in this space, because it's like, whoa, like this is something super cool and curated and different. And I just had a moment where I'm like, this is just the beginning of what we can do to create. And again, a big reason why I got the space that I did was I'm like, okay, great. We could do some really cool event stuff here. And that's something that, of course, pre-pandemic I was really into, but it was hard to do. So now I'm like ready to do fun stuff. So
I know.
and
I cannot wait for the next couple events that we have together and stuff.
yes.
So, okay. So, for those who are thinking or wanting to start a clothing boutique, or brick and mortar, whatever you want to call it, what's your best advice?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. What's my best advice? Honestly, I'm a big believer if you really want to do something, do it. Like don't, definitely like chase your dreams if it's something you really want to do. But I feel like this might actually not be like the obvious answer, but I would say do it, but also make sure to surround yourself with people who are positive and uplifting, because it's really easy when you have these like wild ideas, right? Like, I'm going to start a boutique. I'm going to start a candle business.
Yeah.
People are so quick to like
Judge.
because it sounds crazy, or it's not secure, or like, wait, it's crazy hours or whatever, So I feel like my best advice is, if you're going to do it, but make sure you surround yourself with people who are uplifting and positive and are going to be there when you need to vent, or if you need help, or something like that. But I am a firm believer on, like, honestly, life is short, and if you really want to do something, go for it, but also know, like, it's a lot of work, and there's a lot, like, I can't tell you how many times I've cried, especially in 2020, like lots of tears, but it's so rewarding to be able to do something that I'm super passionate about. And as much as, like, it's definitely not the easy route, it's definitely not the secure route, but I am fulfilled every day when I go to work. As much as I have good days there, I have bad days there.
Yeah.
But it's rewarding and fulfilling for sure.
I know. And you really can tell that when you walk into your store, especially on Sunday when, we were there prepping for the store, and it was so full of amazing, amazing new merchandise, spring merchandise. Oh my gosh, the dresses. And it was like really warmed my heart, because you can really tell in all of your fixtures, the curation of all your outfits and all of it that you have there, the jewelry, all of it just shows that this is what you want to do every single day. This is where you want to show up every single day. You are there Monday through Saturday. And it takes a lot of grit for someone to do this. I mean, retail is not easy.
Oh, for sure.
And the hours are not easy. So
no, and just because you own it doesn't mean, oh, can't you just shut down early? Can't you just get someone to do it? It's not.
No.
That's not really how it works.
And look, and the pandemic changed a lot of our shopping has been different for years now, but it really has changed, when a lot of online. So a lot of the brick and mortars, and you've always had a website, but some who didn't. And that in-person interaction means so much, right? When you are a boutique owner, when you're a brick and mortar, having your customers come in and try on clothes, and you can talk to them and then accessorize, and that's a huge part of the business. And so I know that's been hard last year when you couldn't open your doors because we were shut down.
Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest, because people always, talk about, like, keeping it real. People are like, oh, you have a website. Like, that's so great. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, yes, having a website is great, but my business has always been more in store, because like you just said, I love having that personal interaction with people. Most people walk in, like, I know their name, I know their story, and, like, if they're new, like, I get to know them, and it's great. And I think that's definitely something, of course, that differentiates me over a lot of places, is because I am physically in store much. So it's that connection is great, and it helps me, as someone to help you shop, but it also helps me so much as a buyer, knowing, like, okay, this is what my customer does for a living. These are what my customers, are they traveling? Are they, working from home? Like, when there's things when you're physically in store that you cannot get off of running a report. You just can't.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so it's really helpful, and it just creates an experience, and, like I said, like we said earlier, it's like shopping in your best friend's closet. Like, I want my shopping experience to be chill, casual, easy, and
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
If you were not in the fashion industry, what would you be doing?
So actually, if I wasn't in fashion, I was really interested in psychology. So I would have been a psychologist.
Oh, yes. But you know what? That really makes sense, though, if you think about it. So? Like, yeah, because psychology, and then, like, when you're selling something to somebody, there's a lot of psychology behind it, right? So, and then dressing people, and, like, you have to be warm, and I can see that. And I can see, like, you have been a really good psychologist.
I feel like I'm a low-key therapist when people, like,
you are, actually.
And I'm like, listen, like, tell me, like, what's up, But, I was always really interested in psychology, and I I took one class in college where I was like, whoa, this is great. But like at the end of the day, I was like, like crop tops won. Crop tops won. I was like, okay.
Won.
I was like, I was like, you know what? Like,
yeah. You're like, no, the crop tops totally outwin Psych 101 lecture hall
not
class.
Dr. Shelley. We're not. Dr.
No, not Dr. Shelley. So
not Dr. Shelley.
You would have been actually a pretty good therapist. I know that. I know that personally. Okay, so
look at Kelly said retail therapy is real. That she's not wrong.
Kelly, you are so right. That's
not wrong.
Look, I've gone in many times just so I can sit down with her without my kids and literally talk about life. And I agree with you, Kelly. It's retail therapy. That's what I kind of felt like with Sunday. I felt like our event, Roasted with Rose, on Sunday was therapy. Actually, we got together, 13 of us at the end of the day, and we drank some really good rosé. We had some good food, and we made beautiful arrangements, and we got to connect, which we all haven't been able to do in so long. So I think it felt even more. It felt better than we've been in a long time. So it was like therapy. Yes. I think everyone seemed to love it. So I loved it.
Such a great time.
So we've been wearing so much lounge wear, yoga wear, athletic wear.
As I'm wearing.
I'm wearing one of your shirts that I bought, but I am wearing my yoga pants underneath.
Okay, fantastic.
That don't even match.
Right, nothing to see here. Yeah.
nothing to see here, people.
Nothing to see here. Yeah.
But so we've been wearing. So I want to know what pieces should we have in our closet right now, or should come and buy, that are still comfy, but fashionable. Like we got to get back into some of this fashionable attire.
Totally. I am really into like baby doll dresses right now. I feel like they're still like very cute. They're very comfortable, but they're also like, you could wear it with Converse. You could wear it with easy slide sandals. So I feel like a cute little baby doll dress is like the way to go, just because, like I say, you're still keeping that comfort, but also put together. But to be honest, like, I think we kind of need to get back into like, okay, guys, like, let's get a new pair of jeans. Like, let's start with like getting back.
Maybe a little bigger.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, that is okay. Like, okay. And so that's why I'm actually like trying to bring more jeans in, and don't like, they'll have stretch, you guys. Like, that's how I roll. I mean,
we roll with stretchy jeans.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I really feel like a baby doll, like a really cute baby doll dress is where it's at. And like, so
that's cool.
Let's get back into wearing jeans though. And like, 'cause here's the thing, you could still do jeans with like a cute little t-shirt tied up, and like, it's still really comfortable and cute, or you could, so.
No, the baby doll dress, I really, I love that, 'cause it's still comfy. It's loose. It hides some of all that stuff. 'Cause, I do, but I really feel like I'm ready to get out of my yoga wear, ASAP. So.
And there's something about genuinely getting dressed makes you feel good, and it makes you feel good about yourself. And 'cause, there was a while during the shutdown when we were like really shut down, and I was like, everything's in my apartment right now. My displays are at my friend's garage. I felt like when I was literally in the same thing for like 3 days in a row, I'm like, oh gosh, like what is this? Or like not, it was I was a mess.
Yeah. So I feel like when I went into your store on Sunday, I felt like it was a fresh breath of air to see dresses and to see jeans and all of the stuff that we haven't really been wearing for a year, because we haven't really been going out. So that's real fun. Okay, baby dolls. Are you going to be bringing some more baby dolls dresses
Sure
in?
am. Yes, baby doll dresses are where it's at. I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I'm coming in are just, a lot of dresses and just pretty things, because, like you just said it, we haven't been wearing that stuff. And lately people are like, I need baby shower outfits. I need bridal shower. I'm going on a trip or whatever. So now I can bring that stuff, because, I'll be honest, like there was a time where I was trying to bring in like, okay, let's try to bring in something that you could wear. People be like, that is so cute, but where am I going to wear that?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You're not wrong, because at least California, we were so
strict. We were so shut down.
Meanwhile, some other places were really open, but for us here, it was very, very challenging. And also as a buyer, very scary because, you know, at the end of the day, like, inventory is not free. So I'm just like trying to get all this stuff. And I'm like, oh gosh, like, okay, it was just very scary where I'm like, oh gosh, is this going to sell? Like, oh, I hope so. Fingers crossed. It was a very weird time.
Yeah, it was a very weird time. Well, we are reopening. And so I'm excited to go and buy more dresses. Okay. We're going to go into some rapid fire questions. These are just fun questions so that we can get to know you, Shelly, as a human being. What is the last thing that you do before going to sleep?
I actually have a 5-minute journal that I write in, and I sometimes forget, but most of the time I try to write in it, and it's it kind of just reflects on my day and what I'm grateful for the day. So that's actually
awesome. Would you rather own a boat or a plane?
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna say oh my God, that's really hard. I think I'm going to say boat only because, you know, I live in Long Beach, so I can use a lot. And also, I know how expensive planes like that is.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about money here.
I'm just saying.
If you had all the money in the world, would you buy a boat?
I've heard it's crazy. I'm like, let's do a boat.
Okay. Currently, what is your favorite snack?
My favorite snack, well, it's forever my favorite snack, hot Cheetos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you tried those Taki things? I haven't tried them.
No, but I should. But yeah.
But Alexandra says that we all should.
Health and wellness. Yeah.
Health and wellness.
My favorite snack, health and wellness. Yeah.
If you could wear only one color, what would it be?
Black. That's not even a question. I'm all black. And
black. Like black.
Yeah.
What talent do you have that we don't know about?
Okay. I'm really good at so if there's leftovers, I could literally find the perfect container for it. I know it's like so crazy, but like, especially when I'm at my parents' house and they of course have like a ton of like things. I'm really good at like putting things into like placement. So that's like the example of like,
hey, that says like who you are. You're like a merchandiser.
Very weird. Where I'm like, I'm not good at like organizing, but like putting things in places like where it makes sense. I am good at like organizing in that sense.
This is why your store looks amazing.
Well, thank you, because I'm actually not that great at merchandising, to be completely honest. I'm always like, here. No.
I'm not so sure about that because your store is beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then lastly, what's your favorite Never Alone candle?
Well, my favorite Never Alone candle is Unforgettable, and it's truly unforgettable. I get why that's the name, but it's like no other. It's so good. I mean, you know, I was in toss between Unforgettable and Mellow, but honestly, Unforgettable is something that is just when you smell it, it's like, what is this?
What is this?
I'm just immediately relaxed. I just want to be around it. There's times where like I'll walk around the store and I'll like pick it up just to like smell it as like a break. And I'm like, what am I doing? And then I just like keep doing stuff. And I'm like,
I know. Okay, but candles are like that too. Like anywhere, and whatever I'm burning or whatever I'm not burning, I'm always going in and just like smell the candle. Okay, so I want you to tell everybody where you're at and how we can support you.
So I am located in Costa Mesa, California. My shop is off of 17th and Superior. My address is in my bio if you go click on it. And I do have a website as well. It's stylesocietyboutique.com. As far as support, to be honest, you guys, of course, if you want to shop, cool. But honestly, I find so much support in just, you know, if you can't shop right now, I totally get it. You know, give a follow on Instagram. You know, like, comment. There's so many things that you can do that cost $0 that are so beneficial to small business owners. You know, even like if you can't shop right now and you hear one of your friends saying, oh my gosh, I really need a gift, you can say, oh my gosh, there's this really cute shop that I've heard of. And like, you know, referrals are so powerful. Like I said, there's so many things like in that sense, referral wise, and, you know, following or like writing a good Yelp review that cost $0, but truly are so amazing and super, super helpful. So
I mean, so well put, Shelly, really, because that's the truth. Follow, like, referrals, like tell people about, you know, Style Society. I mean, I love that.
It costs $0 and it is
zero and
super
just
helpful. Heck yeah. And I remember, like, I have people who come in and they're like, oh, my friend so-and-so told me about you. And I remember it. And it's like, it's every sale counts for us. And
That's
especially
right.
during this time, but like it really does. So
Yeah, and referrals are like worth gold. So
Mhm.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up here with me on my live.
Of
I
course.
just want to remind everybody that next week, episode 4, I will be interviewing my 20-year-old daughter, Alexandra, and we're going to be talking about what it's like to be dating at 20 and what it was like for me to be dating back when I was 20. Fun conversation. For those of you who know Alexandra and I, Shelly knows who she is. We
I
have
can't
a
wait.
pretty wild dynamic relationship, and it'll
Oh,
be a lot of fun.
I'll be tuning in. I
Yeah,
can't
tune into that because
wait.
it's going to be funny and a little bit just unfiltered, by the way.
Oh, yes.
So thank you guys so much for watching episode 3 on Her Story Redefined here at Never Alone Candles. Everyone have a good night. Thank you, Shelly.
Bye. Good
Love
night.
you. Bye.